favorite queen is kicked off the latrine. Oh, screw it. Oh, hey, hi, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 4, Episode 8. And all I can say is, Jorge, drink me. Ooh, what is this? This is so exciting looking with a garnish and it's a pina colada for Manila. Oh, don't get me started. I'm so serious. So thoughtful of you, Jorge. Oh, we should put some thought into this pina colada. What did you use? Tequila. It's supposed to be rum, you idiot. Seriously, not like a pina colada, more like a punch in the colada. I'm so serious. All right, so let's get to it. Well, we started the episode off by saying goodbye to Valentina. And what did you think of Latrice's glowing praise of her in front of the mirror? Made you wonder why she kicked her off in the first place. I'm so serious. And gag of gags, Trinity had Valentina's lipstick too, which I think supports my theory that Trinity totally threw that lipstick. I'm so serious. I mean, she may want to compete against the best queens, but that doesn't mean she wants to eliminate the flotsam and jetsam as it scoots by her. I'm just saying. And then what I'm going to call the beginning of the end happened. The queens started comparing their report cards with each other, see where they all stood, and it was quickly established that the strongest queens were Manila and Trinity. Seriously. Targets for your backs are available next to the door on your way out. What were they thinking? The next day in the workroom, Monique was very quick to notice that the workroom had a Judy Garland makeover. And I have to say, it was a welcome change to Valentina's daily fashion parades. Although, did anyone else notice that Naomi was wearing a little black Valentina beret? I'll tell you who else did. Canna Katie did on Instagram. She sent me a little video outtake of Naomi telling the girls in the workroom that she was channeling Valentina. She thought she should walk the workroom one more time through her, which I think is a precursor to the fact that she's probably started sucking on those French vanilla fantasies in her hotel room. I think that we should check her hotel room for one of those body snatcher pods. Seriously. But before the queens could get too into the Judy Garland makeover, there was Rue in another fabulous suit. I have to say, this one's my favorite so far, to tell them about this week's main challenge. It was all Judy, Judy, Judy. And she started it off with a little Judy herstory lesson. She let the queens know a little bit about her, like the fact that her death was an impetus to the Stonewall riots. A lot of people didn't know that, but a lot of people did. Mostly the old ones, I'm just saying. I knew it. I'm not that old. Seriously. Also, I remember when people used to go around asking if you were a friend of Dorothy's. I also spent a lot of time wondering who the hell this Dorothy was. Everyone would say, are you a friend of Dorothy? I go, no, who's she? Is she fun? She must have a good party. I'm not getting invited to her party. Dorothy hates me. I have to say, puberty was not fun for me. Just saying. So once Rue got the girls up to speed on their Judy herstory, she let them know that it was all in support of this week's main challenge, which was a makeover challenge, which I have to say is my favorite challenge. And this makeover challenge wasn't just any makeover challenge. They had to make over their best Judy. So the nice thing here is that the teams were already selected. There was no subterfuge, there's the word. Who's my best Judy, you ask? Well, because I'm a big girl, I need two. That's them. This is my best friend in the whole world, Ted Morris. He's an international stand-up comedian sensation. I have a link to his material in the description below. And next to him is his fabulous 6'7" boyfriend, Jeffrey Mason, who is an accomplished artist and, in fact, is responsible for Dot. Jeffrey Mason. Again, description below. Those are my best Judys. That said, I don't know if I could put either one of them in drag, because, well, they're punchy. So the Queen's best Judys arrived under a shower of hugs and kisses and tears. It was very, very touching. Naomi's best Judy Ricardo, Monique's best Judy Danny, Monet's assistant Judy Patty with his Pippi Longstocking out of braids realness, so cute. Latrice's best Judy and best man, Tim. Manila's husband, Michael, is such a sweetie, very, very demure, which I think is good for Manila. And Trinity's boyfriend, Judy, Leo, who's just stunning, and I officially now hate Trinity. Seriously. And not only did the queens have to make over their best Judys in their own image, they had to perform a Judy Garland-inspired piece with their makeover subjects. Oh, serious. You can see a couple of the girls worrying about that right there. I think some of them were wishing they practiced walking in heels a little earlier than today. I'm so serious. But as happy as everyone was to see each other and as eager as they were to get ready, there was Mama Rue in the workroom to check on the progress. First up, Monique and Danny, and good noses and good cheekbones aside, Dr. Rue tried to break through Monique's crust by intimidating how she's been in front of panel to Danny. But Monique didn't crack at all. But she didn't let that stop her from enjoying an impromptu prayer circle with Dr. Rue. I mean, seriously, who wouldn't want to have a prayer circle with Rue? Trinity and Leo were next, and I have to say, I'm very surprised that Leo hasn't done drag. He is beautiful. I mean, I can understand why Trinity would be afraid of him making a more beautiful woman than her, because he already is. Even with that scrub, he's a better looking woman than most women. He's stunning. I'm so serious. And apparently he's packing, which I always find funny. It's a big debate for some people. They think that a big package is hard to pack. No, it's easier to store because you got something to pull on. It's those little peanuts that pop out when you're doing a fan kit. Next up, Monet and Danny. What a cute little ginger hobbit he is. I'm so serious, but it's cute and adorable as he is. If you remember, Monet got sent home season 10 on the makeover challenge, so she had a lot riding on this. I'm so serious. Probably why she shaved Danny's eyebrows off. I mean, I understand why she shaved that mustache, but the eyebrows? And how adorable is Manila's husband, Michael? I'm so serious. They make a really cute couple as well. But again, I have to say, in over 5 years of being together, 5 of them married, I would have thought for sure Manila would have slapped her up in drag at least once. I mean, seriously, Manila. Not even Halloween? They're just not fun at parties, is what I'm thinking. Naomi seemed to be a little more relaxed around her bestie, Leo, but that didn't stop her from admitting to Rue that she still gets the shake sometime because she's so nervous, which I have to say I'm surprised at, because Naomi does come off as a very, very confident queen, especially being as young as she is. But then that's the problem with young people. Sometimes they don't have the confidence of a life lived to relax and rely on their skills. This is probably one of the reasons why Naomi takes so long to come to a boil as far as competing is concerned. I'm so serious. Thank goodness Rue was there to help Naomi through her trepidation. There's another word. Because seriously, all you need is a little guidance from somebody who knows better. And if Rue doesn't know better, well then, why the hell are we watching this show? Seriously. Latrice wasn't the only one who got teary introducing Rue to her bestie, Tim. Not only is Tim Latrice's best Judy, but he's going to be her best man at her upcoming wedding. And seriously, he helped get Latrice back on her feet after unfortunate incarceration. They've been friends for decades. These are the best friends. These are the best friends. These are the friends that know where all the bodies are buried. These are the friends you don't want to piss off, is what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying? But that all said, as teary and emotional as it all got, and as touching as it was, I don't want to poo-poo on the Dr. Rue love-in situation that was going on between Latrice and Tim and Rue. But I really did feel that Rue's emotion was a bit forced. I hate to say this, but it really stuck out a little odd. I mean, I don't care one way or the other if Rue was really crying or not. It just was a moment for me where I kind of just what's happening? What show am I watching? Do you know what I'm saying? Just me. And then it was go time. The queens and their Judys had to get ready. And by get ready, I mean had to shave. I am so serious. Trinity was right. There was a lot of hair up in that workroom. But I do have to say, I thought that Patty looked super cute without his eyebrows and mustaches. Way better than we had thought, at least for me, just saying. But then I'm not afraid of the ginger. They may startle me out of the corner of my eye, but I'm not afraid of them. Seriously. Naomi took a moment to tell the girls that she was going to do boy drag, which got some oohs and ahs from the crowd. But let's just have a moment to say, short of Alaska's Pee Wee Herman-inspired boy drag on season 5, boy drag has done very well for queens. Certainly Kennedy's Little Richard and Ben de la Crème's Pauline. I'm just saying. Seriously. But before anyone could talk Naomi out of it, everyone seemed to take umbrage with how white Monet was making Patty. I am serious. I mean, they referenced powder, which she used a lot, I am saying. And I have to say, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing to be able to do other people's makeup, but seriously, it's not like this is a surprise. It's not like doing RuPaul's Drag Race and not doing a makeover is a surprise. I'm just saying, I would have been a little more prepared on how to do other people's makeup. Not that yet. My favorite part of the makeover challenge, when the victims turn around for the first time and see themselves in all their dragged out glory. Michael and Ricardo fell in love with themselves instantly, and why shouldn't they? They looked great. While Tim seemed reticent. In fact, I think he looks like the drag equivalent of Sam the Eagle. Just me. My second favorite part of this episode was watching Manila tuck her husband. Poor thing. I mean, at least I think that she was tucking him. I mean, there was a lot of screaming going on. She was interrogating him. Give us the microfilm! Never! It just was confusing, is all I'm saying. Meanwhile, Trinity seemed to be having no trouble tucking her husband, except maybe the fear of running out of tape. We get it. He's hung. Good for you. Buy more tape. I hear Costco's a good option. And then, once their goodies were all tucked away, it was time to hit the runway. And wowie, wow, 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 Rue looked stunning. I love this dress. I love this hair. I mean, we've seen this silhouette from her before, but I just thought she just looked so spectacular this time. Speaking of looking spectacular, I love it when Michelle wears her disco hair. I'm just saying. Seriously. So the queens hit the stage in their Judy-inspired musical tribute. And those that had trouble tucking and walking at the same time kept it simple, like Trinity and Leo. And then the ones that seemed to be taking to this whole adventure, like drag queens, pulled out all the stops. Mostly, specifically, I'm going to say Monet and Patty. I was very impressed once they broke out the tap dancing. In fact, once they started tap dancing, I thought that they were a shoo-in to win. I just figured no matter what the makeover looks like, that was impressive. The second part of the runway was, of course, the makeovers. And I just have to say, I'm so sorry for Tim that Latrice and Tim were first. I mean, it's almost as if Latrice did not want Tim to look like her at all. Where Latrice was wide at the bottom, Tim was wide at the shoulders. Latrice's hair was big on the way down. Tim, aka Alexa, her hair was big all up on top. Even the face shape, like I have to say, Monet cuts a nice eye crease. I can't believe she didn't give Tim that shape on Alexis's face just to even put them into the same category. It just seemed like a huge miss to me. I'm sorry to say. Not that Tim didn't give it a good try. Monique and Shanita Hart looked great. Now, I know it's hard for somebody of one color to make somebody of another color look like they're related to them, but I feel like Monique really did it in this situation. Like, a lot of the same shapes. See, this is where Latrice dropped the ball. Monique really put the same shapes on her face, and then those matching outfits. I mean, they couldn't have matched any more. I loved the pink tongue. It was a great presentation. If I were Monique, I'd be upset that I hadn't been in the top 2. I agree that Manila and Aya Wife Luzon's costumes were way too basic. This is just Manila's own efforts biting her in the padded ass. I mean, she set such a high bar for herself, fashion-wise, that when it comes to a misstep like this, it really stands out for her. I'm so sorry to say. That said, my favorite part of their drag was her husband's drag name, Aya Wife. If I'm channeling Manila correctly, that's taken from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, from that ping pong shooter. Aya Wife! I think that's what it's from. If it is, hilarious. If it isn't, it should be. Naomi and Extra Smalls were stunning. What's better than Cher? 2 shares, I'm so serious. And Naomi's transformation into Sunny was a pleasant surprise, super fun, and full of energy. And can I just point out how gorgeous that makeup was? These two looked exactly alike. This is how you do the makeover challenge on RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm so serious. Trinity and Indigo, the Tuck, looked fantastic. Their face was right. Their hair was tight. Their faces were beat for the gods. They looked fantastic. Did they look like immediate family? No. But they looked like they were performing in the same chorus line of the same show. And I'll tell you right now, that's almost family. Monet and Patty Cash, on the other hand, looked nothing alike. Not that Patty didn't look okay. I mean, once your eyes got adjusted to the light that was reflecting off of her, I'm serious. I think I have retina damage. Call my lawyer. I'm just saying. I can't believe that Monet didn't warm up her face with some bronzer or pink tones or something. I'm so serious. Which is why I'm surprised Monet ended up in the top 2. I do feel that it boiled down to their performance. That's the only logical thing I can say. I mean, also, at this point, if I were Monique Hart, I'd be flipping tables. No wonder she got a mug on her when she's being judged. So she should. Here's to you, Monique Hart. God bless you. So as surprising as it was for Monet to be in the top with Naomi, something that was a little more gag-worthy was Latrice and Manila being in the bottom. Not that they didn't deserve it. They were the weakest showing this week. But seriously, as Trinity pointed out, they entered the workroom in handcuffs. Now one of them's got to get kicked out. The Best Judy makeover challenge is seeing 2 Judys having to fight it out for one of them to stay. Talk about drama. Seriously, I wish I had popcorn. Manila seemed extra chill about the whole thing, but I think that's because she was relaxing on 3 challenge wins, and so she should. But I personally would have been a little worried about those girls seeing it as a threat. I may have even tried to guilt them into keeping me there because of my report card, as the whole team had been working towards up till now. But don't forget, Manila had picked Monet's lipstick, although she didn't actually send her home, and Latrice did save Naomi just last week. So seriously, there's a lot at stake. I thought Manila was taking it far too coolly. Just saying. Personally, I love that Trinity and Monique were sat there in the middle of the workroom like Statler and Waldorf from The Muppet Show, commenting on everything as it was happening. Seriously. I hope those 2 are friends in real life, because they seem like they would get along. And then it was time for the queens to lip sync for their legacy. And all I can say is, if there was an episode for Rue to give somebody the advice to act a fool, this was the one. Naomi killed that lip sync. She was fantastic. She was hypnotic. I couldn't take my eyes off her. And she did it in a green turns or nothing on it. She was hilarious. I don't think that I could have cared less what Monet was doing. In fact, when they did cut to Monet when she had that little umbrella confetti, I just felt sad. I just felt sad for Monet because there was no point to even watch what she was doing. I mean, I get what she was doing. She was being a little more theatrical, a little more true to Judy. But this is a lip sync for your legacy. Nobody wants you to be true to anybody but your own art. Seriously. So here's some Naomi. This is her second time. She's, I think, the only queen in RuPaul Drag Race history to win both makeover challenges. It takes a while, but once she warms herself up, that Naomi is a force to be reckoned with. So, although it was a gaggable moment, Naomi won, and she sent Manila home. I do get why Latrice just saved her. That's different than friendship. That's gratitude. I get it. But I predict this is just not going to go over well for Naomi. This may set a target on her back. So I think her only strategy from here on in is to just not be in the bottom two. I'm so serious. Now, there's only 5 girls left. What do you think? Who do you think's next? I'm still worried for Latrice. I'm just going to say, I think that she could still be a target for some of these girls. Trinity's been doing so well. Maybe somebody else will pull a Manila on Trinity and send her home. What about Naomi? Did she wake up too late? Was it too little? Not soon enough? Well, all we can do is tune into RuPaul's Drag Race next week to find out. And then once you're done, you come on back and see me so you and I can compare notes. Now, before you leave, don't forget to like the video because you know you did. Shut up, I'm a hoot. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you already haven't because, well, why would you want to miss any of this? So until next week, miss me. Mwah. Seriously, Jorge, I think you're onto something with